Okay, so forgive the weird blank section on the left side of the screen. Actually, you know what? That's fine. Let's talk about this really quick. We're going to go line by line. First, I know that your issue, the thing that you're having trouble with that you've asked me about, is the background on the web page. So we'll look at that specifically, but also we're just going to read through line by line really quick and see what we can see. So the first thing I'm going to do when I'm looking at just HTML code is make sure that all the tags sort of like line up. And you copied this into an email, so like some of the formatting might look different on your screen, and I'm going to fix some of the formatting too myself. So the first thing, we've got the doc type HTML, fantastic. Then we've got our opening HTML tag. We should see a closing HTML tag all the way at the bottom, and in fact we do. And if we cover these, or if we click on them, we can actually see the blue highlighting there in Atom. So that is fantastic. Let's go ahead and, just for the fun of it, tab everything else in. Then we've got our head. We've got an opening head. Our closing of the head is down here, which is appropriate. We've got an opening of the body, which we actually shouldn't be opening until after we've closed our head. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to take that, put it down into here. That's better. Everything inside of our head, we can tab in, and I'm just tabbing it in to make it easier for me to see things. We don't need that blank space there. I mean, again, blank space is cool if that's what you want. I've got an opening of my style, which is fantastic. I've got a closing of my style. Again, very good. That's great. Yeah, everything inside of here is going to be tabbed in. Now, this is a little strange, though. I've got a title here, and it's all on one line, which is fantastic, but this title, this tag should not be inside of a style tag. The style tag should only have sections of code that look like this, the CSS style. So this title actually needs to either come before or after the style section. So I'm just going to cut that, and I'm going to put it before my style, and then we can clear some of this blank space. And now we have HTML, that's good. Head, this is good. Title, ending right there on title, one line, beautiful. Style just has style inside of it, and we're ending our style. And then again, we're ending our head, good. Then we have our body, that should be ending down here. So everything inside of this body, we're gonna just tab it in, because now everything's sort of lined up properly. There were a couple of little things that I just changed that will actually affect the way the web page is displayed. For example, having this title code inside of the style, it'll actually get ignored. The title is the like words in the tab, and if you well, in a second, I'll show you what the web page looked like, but it didn't have the title. So we've just made some changes here. The next thing, just looking at this style, here's our background image. So that's a thing. Now, clearly, I don't have this image, so it won't be working when I try and load it up. But I'm also noticing here that it's in a div. So then when we put a background image inside of a div, we're effectively putting an image in the background of a specific section, just like a little section on the web page, not on the entire web page. If we wanted it to be on the entire web page, we would use different HTML code, very likely body right here instead of div. And then, okay, so that's good there. Let's look at our body. We're seeing an H1. We've got style in here. Now, is this the only H1? It might be. If this is the only H1, this particular bit of style could come up and go into your style section. Okay, right now it's not that big of a deal, but if you always want all of your heading ones to be that particular font size instead of the default font size, you can totally put that up in your style, and you won't have to worry about doing that every time. Then I see that we've got H3s, good job. And then of guess we've got the H2, so we've got the good. And then our contact information here, good. I would imagine that this is actually like contact information, but well, we've actually got a link to contact information. Okay, so we've got a heading contact information, we've got a link to contact information. Now just let me like really quickly, this particular style of link isn't going to work in the long run. I mean, in the short term on your own computer, it'll be fine. But right here specifically, see users, this is specifically looking for your computer. My computer, it has a C drive and it has a users folder, but it does not have a folder called that or this. It does have a folder called desktop, but not at that location. So to make this a little bit more, let's say, dynamic, we would just get rid of everything except for, or like everything that I've just highlighted right here, file to contact info, just get rid of it. And as long as contactinfo.html is in the same folder as your HTML file for this web page, you're going to be just fine, and you can drag it over. Just, helpful hint there. Statistics and sales looks great. COVID-19 guidelines, again, great. We've got our closing, we got our closing. This looks like much better HTML. Again, I would probably fix this. I'd just get rid of that. And your background very likely is having some issues here with our div. So let's go into my little video recording thing here. Can I turn on my Chrome, please? And let's see if I can get my Chrome. There's my Chrome. That's beautiful. Let's make it. There's my Chrome. Okay, so this is the Chrome page that I loaded of your code. And I've actually got, let me close this. So this is what I've got. And notice here, I've called my file angel.html. I had to name it something, so I hope you don't mind. But up here in the tab, it actually just says angel.html. Because again, I hadn't saved the changes in the code that I just made. So we're just looking at how it appears when you sent it to me. We've got this, H3, a little smaller than H2, that's good. H2, contact information link. Again, file can't be accessed because I don't have users OneDrive desktop, right? Which is absolutely fine. I'm liking the basic structure here, and clearly we don't see a background image. So let's go ahead and do an inspect. And in the inspect, we can actually see the HTML that got made. And here it is. It's interesting. So here's our HTML up at starting, and here's the closing HTML. And notice that the head here is empty. The header is empty. And then we've got the body, and inside of the body, we have our style. And this title right here is completely being ignored, right? And then here's our div, and we don't have any issues about missing an image because we don't have any divs down here at all. So again, if we want to make the background for the entire page, we would actually go, and instead of doing the HTML, again, this is W3 Schools. You can see this, right? Yeah, you can see that. That's W3 Schools. This is the div style background, right? This is actually the code that you've got in yours. If we scroll down just a little bit farther, we would have seen that this body right here is the only thing that's changed between this and this. And if we look at this, this is what a div would look like. See, there's this paragraph effectively right over here, which is kind of like a hoodie. And when we do the body instead of div, we actually get this whole image here. So that would be the change that we make in our code. And we're going to change div to body. And let's go back into our code. Let me click back into our code. Let's close that. And here we are back into our code. So we've moved our title up farther into the head. We're going to change our div to body. And I am going to also fix this link. We're just going to change that link to contactinfo.html. And I don't have this image, right? So I'm going to save this, file save, Control S, it's saved. And then I'm going to pick a picture on the internet really quick. And let me just go to images. Images. Oh, that's a beautiful image. You guys can't see it, but it's great looking. Let's go and grab that picture really quick. Free download. Yeah, let's download it. I'm not a robot. It's all happening off screen for you, but it should work. So we're going to go into htdocs. We're going to put this in the right spot. Then let's just save that. And then let's look at our code, and we've actually called it image that. So I'm not going to rename the code here or redo the code. I'm just going to rename the image that I just saved. Bam. And we should be good. So now I'm going to refresh. Let's close this and refresh. And let's make sure you can see it on my video recording software. So let's close, well, not close that, but there we go. So now I've, again, picked a random image from the internet, and I didn't change anything else about the code. I did rename that image. And so now we have all of your same text, the image is on the background, and your title up on the top. And of course, when we click on, oh, still couldn't be accessed. Why is it still concerned? Why didn't that code change? Did I not change that code? File save? Huh. Anyway, let's inspect it really quick. So we've got our head, we've got our title there, it's separated so that we have our title tag, and this just says contact info. Why? Huh. Oh yeah, that's because I don't have, but notice that this up here is different. It's not the same thing as you sent me. It's actually where the folder is stored. That's why it's there. And I just don't have a contact info.html page. So that's why that's not showing up. Anyway, I hope that helps. You were really close. You're doing really great work. Yeah, keep asking questions. Have a great day. Bye.